What the fans want, smiling faces, everyone's happy at Chelsea, and I'm sure the fans here now coming to Stamford Bridge on Sunday really looking forward to the game.
Yeah, smiling faces, 16 goals in the last 4, Peter, playing with a bit of a swagger.
Yeah, they are. I mean, he seems to be getting things right. You know, it's really coming together for him. I like to play his second string like that, and for it to be enjoyable, them all to be on it. You know, I felt they looked fit. It just shows that you said it.
With him, who else stood out for you tonight?
They was obviously Dewsbury Hall. I thought done well. I thought João Felix floated around the pitch well. Neto was a threat. Cassidi in midfield next to Dewsbury Hall, he did well. They all played well. What I would say about it is what is a fantastic thing to look. If you squint your eyes and watch Chelsea on a Thursday or on a Sunday, you wouldn't know who was playing. The players that are coming in are just replacing. And that's what you want. And I'm looking at the body language of the players when they're playing, when they're off the pitch, in and around the place. It all looks positive. And that has to go credit to Enzo for doing that and his staff, because it's very, very difficult. All the things we've talked about team spirit, which seems to be emerging, is credit to Enzo and his staff, and the club are moving in the right direction.
OK, well, we can get some reaction now. Pedro Neto is down on the pitch with Jeff Frazier.
Absolutely, Pedro, congratulations on another winning performance. What were your thoughts on the game tonight?
I think we did a really good performance. So we came here to our home to do a great game against a good team. And as the coach asked us to come here and to win the game, we did a really good job. We conceded 2 goals, but it's part of the game. I think doesn't take away the performance that we did today.
You went in at half-time 1-0 up. You'd had a tricky 10 minutes before that. Gent had really come back into the game. What did the manager say? Because as we know, the second half started quite well for you.
All the game, you know, sometimes even when we are really good on the game, the teams will have we will have to suffer sometimes a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And in the half time, the coach asked us to continue to work and then to score, to continue the work that we were doing. We came in the second half to do like the coach said, and we scored 3 goals.
Yeah. Well, tell us about your finish.
It was funny because in the changing room, me and Axel were speaking about this. We were not discussing in a good way. This is why after I went to him running, because we discussed that what a pass he did, and after the finish it's natural, it came naturally. Yeah.
You showed a lot of strength on the ball there, as did Gent, to be honest. They never really knew that they were beaten, did they?
Sorry?
Your opponents tonight, Gent, didn't really know when they were beaten.
Yeah, it's true. So, like I'm saying, these nights will be difficult, because when they come to play here, of course, to play here at Chelsea, it's always... I think, to improve, we have to be in healthy competition. I think you don't have to have a healthy competition. I think it comes from the player. Even if you're starting every game, you have to work hard every day to compete at the highest level, to be the best, to be the better player that you can be, and this is what I do every day.
Pedro, congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Pedro Neto with the second goal for the Blues. Break, Joe, you were talking about what you can see from this Chelsea team already tactically from Enzo Maresca. Has it surprised you even just how quickly he's been able to sort of embed his ideas into this side?
Well, I wouldn't say the word surprise, but he was an unknown entity. He'd managed a few games in Italy, he did a fantastic job at Leicester. You know, this was a massive step up for him, and it was a massive shout from the owners to bring him in. Eyebrows were raised, but I can only go on what I've seen on the pitch. You know, you don't...
Tonight in that 4-2...
The games have gone past and the games are going. More and more quality, more and more structures. It's looking good, you know, and it's the first time in a few years that I think Chelsea fans are genuinely very, very positive about their team, which is a great sign.
Well, we can talk to one of the goal scorers now. You guys are very complimentary about his performance. Keenan Dewsbury Hall is joining us. Keenan, I'm alongside Joe Cole and Peter Crouch tonight. They love what you did out there. How pleased are you with the goal and your performance?
Yeah, I'm over the moon, I can't lie. I've been waiting for that moment since I joined the club, to show everybody what I'm good at, what my qualities are, and yeah, I'm just happy that it came to fruition tonight. Scoring the goal was an amazing feeling. I'll never...
Just felt like you'd been playing all season. Like you went out there, you were sharp, you were getting up to people, you looked confident on the ball, your passes were crisp, and obviously you capped it off with a great goal. But it must be hard to kind of be out of the team, watching the team a little bit, but you look like you've kept yourself well in shape.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I pride myself on working as hard as I can every day. That's what I've done ever since I was a kid. And look, of course, I'd like to play more, but it's my duty to make sure every day I'm making the manager make him have a little decision to make. And I feel fit. I feel really strong and fit. I started the season with a little injury, but now that's past me, and I feel really fresh. So, look, whenever I'm needed and called upon, I'm going to try and give as best as I can.
Fantastic performance from the whole team. You've come up from Leicester. What have you noticed about the step up and the expectations and the quality around you? It looks like you really enjoyed playing today, having João Felix and Cuckoo, Mudryk, such much quality around you. I mean, what's the expectations first thing, and how much have you enjoyed the process of stepping up to it with what's expected of you?
Yeah, to be honest, I've absolutely loved it. Look, you come through the door and the expectations are through the roof, which they should be, playing for a club like Chelsea. Look, even missing place in a passing training, it's things like that. Honestly, the standards are so high, but I love that. And look, to be honest, when you're on the pitch, it's so nice to play with players that keep learning and hopefully kick on.
Brilliant, mate.
And Keenan, you obviously know Enzo Maresca really well. What more can you tell us about him, what he's like to work with, how demanding he is?
Yeah, he's a breath of fresh air. Ever since I first started working with him a year ago, I was just taken back by how knowledgeable he was about the game, and just everything that he did was passionate and it motivated you. And ever since he came to Chelsea, the lads were coming up to me and just so impressed with the way he worked. And I think you can see the lads are buying into it. Look, it's a fantastic style of football, and I think any player wants to play the way we want to play. So I'm really happy that everyone's working together and we're getting results. And look, we're only just scratching the surface. So
does it seem from the outside? It looks for the first time in a good couple of years, Keenan, that the squad it looks like you're really together. You know, you're celebrating goals together. What is it? Has he done anything different, or is it just demands every day in training and the standards he sets?
It's a great point. Look, since the first day he came in, he was talking about culture and the way he wants his players to represent the club and ourselves. And look, I even see videos on social media of our training sessions, and you can just see everybody's so happy to be in every day. And I feel like I've got a really good group of lads that.
First goal.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
well done,
it.
mate.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Well played.
Well done. It's really fascinating hearing him talk, Joe, isn't it? When we spent this summer listening to people talking about Chelsea like it was a bit of a soap opera, really. Yeah. But when you hear him talking about how harmonious it actually is. First
of all, I like him. He said I made a good point, which is a lot better than the jibes I get from you on a Saturday morning. No, he speaks very well, and there's a reason he would have come into the club. Because obviously the manager knows him, and the manager would. But I think the Chelsea fans have been surprised by how good of a player they've got. His career was it's timing, isn't it? Midfield. He senses where it might drop. He gets there, good contact, and he'll never forget that.
Yeah, it wasn't just a goal for me. Listen, he's made me believe from the interview and his performance. You can just tell he's absolutely loving it, and that's from a player who hasn't played much. And I think if you're keeping those players happy, the ones that are on the fringes and not playing much. He's got a smile like that, enjoying coming into training every single day, then the manager's doing something right. Yeah. And I think, that bodes well. I mean, I was really, really critical of Chelsea at the start of the season. I just didn't see a plan. I didn't see, the amount of players. How are you going to cope with that? I think what the manager's done is he's put a few players to the side, which is a tough. A lot more you can do as a manager.
And do you think you can continue to keep them happy with the cup competitions?
It definitely helps. Like the more games, like this competition, Chelsea can compete on all fronts. And if they didn't, you did something wrong, because the quality in depth is up there with the certainly with your Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. Not quite the real quality like your top draw, but they can get there. These players, they can develop. They're young, but in terms of depth, the quality's there. But it's interesting. I mean, we had Scotty Parker. He was one of the best midfielders in the country when he came into us, and he found himself out of the team because he couldn't get in because of Makaleli, which is understandable. The fella had a role named after him. But when Scotty played, it would be 10 minutes here, 15 minutes, 20, and seeing out games or coming in cup games and doing his job, become a regular. But that's, the fact that he seems so happy and content, and he's up for the fighting for his place. And that will spread across the whole group, you know, because the standards are set, you know, because if you're not doing it every day in training, then you'll get found out.
Well, when you're not in the squad at the weekend, that's all you can do is react like that when you are next in the team.
Right.
He wasn't the only player to get his first Chelsea goal tonight, Peter, as well. Renato Vega kicked things off this evening.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, you know, I haven't seen a great deal of him, but Joe was telling me what a good player he was, and I saw it tonight. You know, I thought he was fantastic. I mean, another fantastic player to have in the squad. A player who looked like he was enjoying himself, played with a smile on his face, finds himself in a lot of space there because João Felix takes both of them away, the winger and the fullback. They just got to communicate better. Mudryk found himself on the right hand side and brilliant delivery. Again, it was a fantastic header.
A good addition as well, because he's so versatile as a player, Joe, and for 12 million quid looks like a good buy as well. And then Neto as well in on the action. You called this, Peter, didn't you? You said they came out. It looks like this has been discussed at half time.
Yeah, just not just a fantastic move, it was also fantastic punditry from me there.
Settle down.
No, what I said was they had chalk on their boots, both Neto and Mudryk. They had chalk on their boots. I said, why don't they just try and make a run inside? And they've obviously discussed it. You can tell by the celebration that they've said it at half time. Look, first one, I'm going to go and find me. I remember quite a few times at half time, I'd say to my winger, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And when it comes off, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, he confirmed that in his interview with Jeff as well. And then Vega involved in this one too for Nkunku.
Yeah, Nkunku, he's a goal scorer. 18 goals in 40 European games now. You know, for a player that wasn't recognised number 9, that's great numbers. He's a finisher, Nkunku. You know, but when the ball drops to him in the box, he hits the target, and he's a good finisher. You know, and I think he will have a very good career in Chelsea. His problem will be finding a place for him in the team
because you said he sees him through the middle, up front as a number 9 Maresca, so he's competing with Jackson, who's started to settle in.
But it gives you a different option. Jackson's on the shoulder. Jackson's he's raw. He makes movements. He can hold the ball. He can do a bit of everything. And Nkunku's more cultured. He's more softer with his touch. He's a better finisher. So they give you different things, you know. But what the challenge is for both of them is you're at Chelsea now. You both want to be the main man. You've got to help the club. You've got to help the group, and you've both got to improve either side of your game. It's what all young players have to do. That it's not a problem, but you're doing it in an environment.
Mudryk and Nkunku wanted it. Goes deeper. Vega 1-0 Chelsea. Dizazi aimed towards Neto. Can he get there? Yes, he can. And he can finish as well. Early goal in the second half. Pedro Neto has his first goal for Chelsea. 4-1 puts Chelsea out of reach.
Good win for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this evening, beating Gent 4-2 here in their opening Conference League match. And earlier on, out in Hungary in the Europa League, Tottenham in action. Enzo Maresca.
I think we approach very well, and overall we deserve good results, good performance. It's a bit shame, especially for the second goal we concede. We can avoid that, but probably we saw that the game was already finished the last 3-4 minutes and we concede, but overall very happy.
Yeah, he was incredibly convincing for the first 30 minutes of the game. Of course, this is a tough competition. Gent are a good team, so it's going to be difficult. And they didn't really know when to stop, did they?
No, but no matter the competition, every game is complicated. It's a tough game. As I said, I think we approach very well. We play a good game, some good moment. But I always say the same. We have many things that we can do better. We can attack better and defend better. But also we need to understand that. But yeah, overall, I said, happy with the performance and the results.
What are the challenges of bringing in a whole new team of 11 players onto the pitch in a game like this tonight?
We try to share minutes. They completely deserve. As I said, the ones that they play tonight doesn't mean that they are not going to play next game or in 2 games. In this moment, it's like this. But the good thing is that they continue in the same way, and this can be crucial for us for this season.
Dewsbury Hall obviously got the 4th goal. You jumped highest for his celebration. Was it slightly special for you that he got his first goal for the club?
No, yeah, because I know Keenan very well. I know when you are in a club and you are the main player and then you move in a big club, it's not easy. that process because you are not the main player, you are one of the players, and sometimes you struggle to be. Yeah, I think it was quite clear. You can see the purpose, the identity of the team. I think it's very clear.
Good luck at the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, the identity of the team very clear, Joe. They've got Forest coming up next, haven't they? And a real interesting run of fixtures to see exactly what this Chelsea team can achieve this season.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're at that rhythm where every game, they're gonna go. Liverpool away springs out there October the 20th. I think that's a massive shout. They played Manchester City already, and I thought they equipped themselves very well, although in defeat. But I think going away to Liverpool, I think we'll see in that game where they are.
Do you think they could go there?
There and win at the moment. I think that's the question mark. So they've conceded two goals here tonight, you know, against a side that nowhere near the quality of Liverpool really going forward. So my only worry is defensively. I think they conceded too many goals, but I think they can go there and play. You know, they'll have possession of the ball, and they've got players that can hurt Liverpool without a doubt. Do I think they can win there? I'm not sure.
With his first choice back line, though, for the Premier League, given the changes he made tonight, do you think that was the reason why?
No, listen, I think it's rosy at the moment. I think, listen, Chelsea are. Everyone at the start of the season was having a laugh and a joke. Let's be honest about Chelsea. You know, it was like, how many players do they want? You know, what's he going to do? How's he going to manage this? I don't think anyone could have managed it any better, to be quite honest. To be thrown into a big job like Chelsea and deal with the amount of players that he's had to deal with in the manner that he has. Loads of players in the first 11 that you'd say are now full of confidence with Palmer, you know, Jackson, players that are top of their game. So it's going to be a difficult game for Liverpool.
Nobody's going to look forward to playing Chelsea at the moment. There's always something to improve, though, Joe. As Crouchy said, conceded two poor goals tonight. Was it just lack of concentration?
A little bit lack of concentration. Certainly, this is from a set piece. You know, you have to deal with it initially, and then the second phase. You know, they bunch up. The balls. It's a fantastic delivery, and they get done at the far post. Listen, this is something they've got to get better at. We see the emergence of this with Arsenal, didn't we? Arsenal a couple of years ago conceded a lot of goals, and then they got on top of it. This set pieces can sometimes be the hardest thing to deal with, you know, because it should be the easiest. It's organised. With each other, the more you understand. And game's won at 4-1. I understand maybe letting a run and go, but conceding goals is the next stage. But let's just enjoy the fact that for the first time in a long time that Chelsea look like there's a process in place, there's a structure in place, and the future looks bright. You know, and let these lads grow and develop as time passes.
They're huge favourites already to get to the final. Just from what we've seen tonight, Peter, are you already thinking they're going to be too strong for this competition?
Yeah, I do, because you know. If you look at it now, I mean, they're also for the Premier League. It's going to be good if you can play a team like this the whole way through. And I think this team that played tonight, I think they could win it without doubt. Have to be strong favourites, and then you play a totally different team in the Premier League.
That's news to me.
Yeah. Listen, this club has to win trophies. You know, the last 20 years. That has been what it's all been about. You know, you've gone from a club outside of what the top bracket of clubs were to one that went to the very top. The only club in London to win the Champions League twice. All right, so you know this club has to win trophies. The fans expect it. So that is the marker for this season, and I think they can win this. I think they can win it. I know a lovely restaurant in Raw Claw as well. I've been there. It's a lovely place.
You're already booking our trip to Poland. Have you got a tattoo of the dress